Hey Wealth Lab 7 users, Glitch here. Today we're going to talk about what's new in Wealth Lab 7 build 49. So let's get started. The first feature we added is a new trade signals navigator in the strategy window chart. So to show this, I'm going to open up one of my strategies that I happen to know will generate signals on a daily basis. That is my deterministic knife juggler, which you can also check out on wealthsignals.com if you're interested. So let's go ahead and run that strategy. So let's switch to the signals tab, and here we have the signals that should be placed according to the strategy. Now if I double click on one of the signals, it'll take me to the chart, and here we can see a new navigator here next to the old positions navigator. The positions navigator lets you cycle through all of the positions in a particular symbol, but the new signals navigator here lets you cycle through all of the signals of the individual symbols if you're doing a multi-symbol backtest. So as you can see, as I'm going through here, the chart is actually updating with each symbol that was signaled to either buy or sell. So that is the new signal navigator in build 49. Next is a new feature for Wealth Lab 7's walk forward optimization. So let me open up a strategy that can be optimized as indicated by this little gear icon next to the strategy. Whenever you see this gear icon, you know that that strategy is optimizable. So if I open that up and I click optimize, and this new feature applies to walk forward optimizations. So previously, when you were setting up your walk forward, you would simply select either the best or worst, highest or lowest metric value of a particular metric. Now we have a selector here that defaults with only one item, best metric, and a second selector which lets you select the metric you want to establish as being best. So for example, if I say I want my optimizer to pick the run that had the best APR, I would set it up like this. I could say the best maximum drawdown percent. The optimizer and the scorecard will know that drawdown is best when it's a higher value, because drawdown is always expressed in negative numbers. So this best metric selection will intelligently either go highest or lowest, depending on the metric that you pick. But the new thing here is that this can also contain other selection methods. So we created a new base class called WFO Result Selector Base, and it's a discoverable property, just like numerous other things in Wealth Lab 7, which means that we or any third-party developer can create their own selection metrics, which will then show up in this dropdown. And you'll be seeing some new ones show up here that will be created by Dr. Koch, the creator of the Fnatic extensions for Wealth Lab 7. He's the one who actually drove the development of this, and some of his ideas will involve determining the best optimization run, considering all of the runs. So instead of just, the best value of a set of runs, it will look at a stable region of values and make the calculation based off of that. So we can look forward to seeing some more here once he gets that implemented in his Fnatic extensions. So something interesting to look forward to. And last but not least, I want to talk about a new extension that we just released, connection to CSI unfair advantage. So I'm going to go to my data sets here, and I have a data set already created named CSI. So this data set is linked to our new CSI adapter. If you're not familiar with CSI, let's go to the data manager here, historical providers, CSI. You can click this link for more info that will take you to the CSI website where they go into all of the details about their data. But the CSI has a vast database of stock and futures data that is now seamlessly connected to WealthLab 7. So if I double click one of these symbols here, it will open up Unfair Advantage if Unfair Advantage is not already open. And it will then read the data from the Unfair Advantage database and bring it up in a chart. You can see this Apple chart is sourced from CSI. You'll learn Unfair Advantage has its own symbology, particularly for futures. It has numerous ways of creating continuous futures contracts, perpetual, nth nearest, back adjust, GAN. Let's go back adjust, for example, and base a continuous contract on open interest, aligned with rolling on the same day, with representative prices of close new, close old, same day, back adjusted. You can set all of these parameters and then put in your base symbol. And then you can look here and see the symbol that Unfair Advantage generated. WealthLab 7 supports these same symbols. So as I go back to WealthLab 7, you can see I have a number of these symbols already entered. For example, this one, which is a back adjusted contract for the E-mini. Here we have a perpetual contract, which is CSI's own internal way that they developed to generate continuous contracts. So this is the CSI extension. You can get it on the WealthLab 7 extensions page. And there's a number of other fixes and minor enhancements. You can check those out in the Build 49 release notes, but that's it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you all on the forums.